Scott's a good
Hooked
dude.
it up last week when I got back. He was laughing at me.
I grew up with Scott Clary, man. He used to live next door to my buddy Tom Bartman down there on South Street.
Yeah.
And we used to go over there all the time and mess around. Tom had a pool, and then we used to play basketball down there at that court down next to you know where Trinity Social Club is?
No. The Holy Trinity?
Yeah, Holy Trinity. Their social club is...
Yeah, I go there.
Yeah,
in Washington.
Yeah.
In South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That basketball court next to
Yeah.
that.
All right, man. I think we are live.
That was Scott Clary's neighborhood.
Okay.
That neighborhood was Scott Clary's neighborhood. And I used to go down there.
Yeah, he's going to thrive doing this.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
He's good at talking to people.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? He's personable.
Oh, right. He's your manager.
During the day, yeah.
Right.
He runs the place during the day.
All right.
Scott's a good dude, man. Good local guy.
Hello. I'm going to modulate my voice.
Try to modulate
yes.
your voice?
I'm going to modulate my voice since we're only voices today.
But I can't hear you if you modulate too much.
No, so that's
just
my
be careful.
That's my dilemma. So those of you that are tuning in might notice that you don't see us on the screen today.
No. We're all disembodied voices today.
So we, as per usual,
Deb Penrod.
We are having
Deb Penrod.
some technical difficulties.
Yes.
But this was a legit, this was not an operator error.
No, this has nothing to do.
This was a
equipment, hardware failure.
I'm getting my money's worth now.
Malfunction. Equipment malfunction. So we have a very nice camera. Kevin's got a very nice camera, but the cord just kind of went
busted.
Yeah, bust. So we decided that there's some pictures that are upside down, Kev.
Kev's trying to fix that.
Deb Penrod is sending us a kissy face. Not funny.
Yeah, we can't actually see that prior to the slideshow going.
Okay, got it. Okay, so anyway, hey Scott, hey Gail, hey Judy Green, hey Deb, and Joe. So thanks for tuning in. So we're just going to be slideshow and voices today.
Yes, we're doing a podcast, basically.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast. And
with
our guest,
Vance Jaffe.
Part 2. Or
Redo.
take 2. I should say take 2.
Take 2.
So, and I'm going to try to modulate my voice.
All right.
Because I was very conscientious about our last show. I was very loud. I'm very loud. I'm Italian. What can I say?
How am I coming through?
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The engineer says
All
good.
right. So I'm gonna let Matt do most of the talking since I'm so conscientious now.
No, you'll get excited. You'll work your way into it.
I know, I will.
I
I'll
also
revert.
wanted to let everybody know right up the front that we're now on YouTube. We'll be streaming to YouTube and Facebook now.
Yep.
So
we already have a handful of subscribers.
We do have a handful of subscribers, and what you should do is shoot over to YouTube, look for Porchcast Pottstown, subscribe, and then also click on the bell icon. That will give you notifications when we're on the air and when I post new videos to YouTube. Because what YouTube is going to allow us to do is then download those live streams and save them in MP4 format.
Right.
So that I'll be able to put them up in a video library.
Right.
So if you missed a Porchcast or want to watch a Porchcast again, you'll be able to shoot over to YouTube and watch the videos.
I don't even know why.
And I'll be able to take these away with me on vacation.
Yeah.
So while I'm on the plane, while I'm laying on the beach, I can watch you
Great
idea,
do the
Vance.
Porchcast.
I don't even know why
This guy's a
anybody. I
salesman.
don't even want to know why anybody watches us in the first time. Why would they want to watch us the second time?
Well, we do give out a lot of good information.
do,
And
we
you
do.
might want to go back and write down a phone number.
Right.
Or remember
find
a
out what's
Facebook
going
page
on.
or a website
Yes.
or what's going on.
Yep.
So anyway, people should jump over to YouTube when they get the chance. Or if you're on YouTube, just go over there to YouTube and look for Porchcast Pottstown. Like, share, and subscribe.
Right.
And we'll start building that, too.
The
You can also
subscribe thing
comment.
is, I'm sorry to cut you off. The subscribe thing is very handy. Like Harrison has a YouTube channel for his piano, and so I subscribe to that, and then it just gives me a little notification pops up for 2 seconds on my phone to let me know he's got a new video up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I program my notifications to stay on my screen.
Mm-hmm.
So through the course of the day, as I get my notifications, I can go back and look at them.
Right.
and that notification, at least on the iPhone, I don't know how it works on an Android, but on an iPhone, then all you got to do is just click on that notification, and it's going to shoot you right over to what was coming up on YouTube.
Exactly.
I think that's going to be a little bit more better. Mo better.
A bit mo better.
A little bit mo better.
Yeah.
Because then people will be reminded.
It's a little bit easier
Facebook
too.
is
Well, you
just
can get
not
the
the
reminders
right-
on Facebook.
You do get, but it's just
Right.
right. Yeah,
Right.
there's a lot of stuff. That's what Kev's saying. And I
Yeah.
just think the YouTube platform is built for what we're using it for. The
Correct.
Facebook platform, not so much.
Right. Right.
And that's why we've had some problems on Facebook.
Yeah.
But we're going to keep doing both because I
course.
know that there's a lot of folks out there that are very worried because they don't know how to use YouTube.
Right. Don't worry.
And a lot
we'll
of our
still be-
Facebook
yeah.
people can barely use Facebook.
We would miss this.
What's that?
We would miss this if we didn't see you.
Thank you.
We'll be back on camera.
Yeah.
No, there's.
Don't
and
worry.
You know what?
Our mugs
There's
will be back on.
I feel proud about that because there really is a lot of people that have reached out to us and said,
I know.
we miss Porchcast.
It's
when not
perplexing,
on."
but it's very flattering.
It is flattering.
Makes us feel very good. I'm
All
glad.
right, so we
Glad.
blabbed about ourselves. YouTube, go check it out. Vance Jaffe. I've known Vance for a long time, years.
Since I started my business in Pottstown
Yeah.
in
Where are you from?
2008.
Where are you from originally, Vance?
I'm from Delaware County,
Okay.
Lawrence Park. I ended up here. I really don't remember how. I just working in Norristown. I went from Philadelphia to the other side.
Did you own the halfway house? At
I
one
owned the
point?
halfway house
Yeah.
for 10 years, from the early 90s to the early 2000s. Then I got out of the restaurant business and opened up a chain of pawn shops.
Right.
I still have a few operating in Coatesville and Pottstown, and we just opened up High Street Billiards.
Yes.
That's what you're here to talk to.
That's what I'm here to talk
Yeah.
about. It's at 232 East High Street. I'm in between American Cash Traders and the new Iron Gate Beer Garden. You can't miss the door. It's got billiard balls all over it, and there's signs all around. Right now, we're open from Wednesday to Sunday from noon to midnight. We have professional tables. We have 6 9-foot gold crown 5s. We have 7 7-foot Valley bar boxes. We sell snacks. We sell soft drinks. And we are BYOB, beer and wine. And we'll be
Cool.
happy to keep it for you and serve it to you.
Right.
I was over there the other day to take some pictures for the slideshow that's currently playing. So if you want to see the slideshow, you can go over to Facebook feed and look at it there, or the YouTube feed.
I like your signage, Vance.
And
Thank you. I have to thank Linda Jacobs.
Oh, did Linda do that? That's
Linda
nice.
did that at Downtown Design. She did all my design work, did my logo, does all my print work.
Very nice.
Right now, we're just starting out new tournaments.
Okay.
We have 3 tournaments a week. Every Wednesday at 7, we have a rotating tournament. It's 8-ball, 9-ball, and 10-ball. It changes every week. It's $20 buy-in. Cash prizes for usually the top 3 or 4.
Right.
Every Saturday, we're starting a 9-ball tournament at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Same $20 buy-in, cash prizes. We play that on 7-foot Valley bar boxes. And every Sunday, we have a 9-ball tournament. Starts at 1 p.m.
Okay.
Everybody's invited to play. All the tournaments are double elimination, so you'll get to, even if you lose, you still get to play.
Right. Now, how is it broken down? Is it broken down by skill level, or is this just like every man for himself?
Every man for himself. It's a basic bracket tournament.
Okay.
I think once we get into the new year, when we start establishing leagues, we'll have singles in-house leagues. We'll be part of APA, which
Yep.
is American Pool Players Association,
Okay.
and the TAP leagues, which
Okay.
are traveling leagues to places that have pool tables, generally bars and restaurants.
Yeah, but when I was younger, I lived down in Baltimore, Maryland, and I played in the Bud Light League.
The TAP league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we played at a place called Champions, which was a big entertainment venue. Like, think of your place, except multiply it by like 4 at a restaurant and an arcade.
Right, so we have 13 tables. I've been to places in building this place. I did some research.
Right.
I went to places that had 4 and 5 tables. I went to places that had 25 and 30 tables.
Right.
I guess it depends on what they built.
Right.
Some people said the days of pool halls are done, but I'm betting on Pottstown.
Yeah.
Pottstown's going through a regentrification. There are
Absolutely.
all these great new places. There's restaurants. There's the outdoor beer gardens.
Right.
There are people out where a few years ago nothing was happening. Well, now
Right.
things are happening.
Right.
No, here's what I would say too, Vance. Like, my son was working at Blue Elephant for a little while. He was working in the kitchen, and I went down there to visit him, to see my man, because they have the open kitchen. There was a couple of nights when I went down there where Blue Elephant had 2 to 3 hour wait for a table. So what is somebody going to do if they come down? They got to wait 2 hours for a table. Head over to 232 East High Street and pop on a pool table for a
Pop
little
on a
bit.
pool table, or if we get busy and we have a wait, I'm going to send you over to some of the other local places.
Right.
The Blue Elephant is great.
Right.
Yeah.
Across the street, Juan Carlos. I had
Yeah.
dinner there last week.
Right.
Scarlet
Spectacular
shrimp.
meal. I eat at JJ Radigan's regularly.
Yeah.
Great meals, great service.
Yeah.
So
they have
I think
outdoor
it's-
seating all over High Street.
It's great to have something to do in addition to eating and drinking establishments.
Right.
So this is an activity. It is something to do. So you can come have dinner and then go play pool, or play pool and then go have dinner, or go have a couple of drinks. So it's same with the axe throwing. I would love to see like an escape room or something downtown, just to have entertainment in addition to eating and drinking establishments. So
Yeah, it
this is a
gives
great
peop-
addition.
Yeah, it gives people another opportunity to mill around.
And now there's
have
more
something
reasons
do.
to come to
That's right.
Pottstown.
Right.
We have the car shows. We have the cruising nights.
Right.
Whatever. And it's just going to get better and better. They're redoing the streets starting in a few weeks.
Okay.
So by next spring, we'll have new businesses, and Pottstown's going to have a whole new look on that downtown.
Right. And if you've been here for any length of time, this is what we've been waiting for.
This is what we've been waiting for.
I know
Right.
you've been waiting for it.
And it's
Actually,
happening. It really
it's
is happening.
right now.
Right.
So here's another thing too. You have BYOB and BYOF, right? You could bring your own.
Bring
food.
your own food. We have all the local menus available. Most all these restaurants are willing to deliver.
Okay.
The pub, a block away, JJ Radigan's. Juan Carlos delivered a few dinners last night. Of course, all the pizza shops.
Right.
Yeah, I love that. I love that the beer gardens and you now are collaborating with the restaurants so that you can go downtown and you can support 2 businesses at once.
And we
You can
have
support
growlers
High Street
available.
Billiards and get dinner from Juan Carlos. You can go to the beer garden and get dinner from the pub. So you're supporting 2 businesses at the same time. I think it's really a nice collaboration. And from what I've seen at the businesses downtown, people are very eager to work together as a group to build up the downtown. It's great to see. So, I know nothing about pool. Get the balls in the pocket.
Put the
Okay,
balls
so I
in
know
the
that.
pocket.
So,
use.
do you
it's
have
just
a-
like golf. You hit a ball with a stick.
Okay.
Kind of.
So, do you have a background playing pool?
No, I don't.
Okay, you just
No,
thought
I don't.
like
I
you
just
would-
thought
Okay.
I have this space. I needed
Right.
something to do in town. And I thought this would go good with what's happening in
Yeah.
the upscaling of Pottstown.
Right. That's great.
And it's a beautiful room. It's clean.
Yeah, we can see on the pictures.
Yep, it's all brand
nice.
new.
So you've got pool tables. It looks like there's a shuffleboard there.
I have a shuffleboard table. We're awaiting our 20-foot professional table. We have a room for darts, which we also use for some meetings.
Okay.
I have a local book club that meets there. We lost our space in the mall, so now we're using our special meeting room for that.
Nice. If people needed a meeting room, how many does it accommodate?
I can put about 20 in there.
Okay. Got it.
So hold on, real quick.
Yes.
There's some late joiners to the show.
Okay.
We're talking to Vance Jaffe from High Street Billiards today. The pictures that you're seeing up on your screen are from 232 East High Street.
In the basement.
In the basement. All right. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to bring it.
Yes, and we are. So we've got some late breakers here, and yes, we have no video today. We are just doing a slideshow because we had technical difficulties.
It's a good thing. I have a great face for radio.
Great face for radio.
Josh Park wants to know if fivers are welcome.
Maybe. If you act nice,
Yes.
fivers.
So fivers are what we call Pottstown 19465.
Oh, and Jay Roberts.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We encourage fivers, fours,
Come-
threeers, twoers,
Rovers.
oneers.
So come across the river and come into downtown Pottstown.
And
all
company,
you
bring your
fivers.
6-pack, your 12-pack, your case of beer, a couple bottles of wine.
Yeah.
There's plenty of Uber in town as well if you imbibe a little too much.
Right.
Right.
Now, you were saying you have growlers available?
We have growlers available. We sell them for $5. You can go to any of the local bars. Usually fill them for between $10 and $12. That's a half a gallon of beer.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, that's
so,
cool. Now, are they branded to you? Are they branded?
Well, it
to
has
High
my sticker on it
Yeah.
with the logo of High Street Billiards,
Yeah.
but you can put anything you want in there. And
Right.
all
So
the
if
local
you were to
bars.
buy a growler at a bar, they would charge you for the vessel and then the beer to fill it. So this is you're selling the vessel.
I
and
sell
then
a
you can-
cheap vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, $5 is that's about right. That's
Yeah.
about standard for what
Yep.
you pay for this.
Yeah. And then you go fill it up and bring it back every time you come into town. So what's the difference between pool and billiards?
There's no difference.
It's just interchangeable.
It's just interchangeable.
What
I'm
about
a
the
pool
table?
hall or a billiard parlor.
What about the table that has like the round bumper things on it?
That's
pool?
bumper pool. Don't know anything
Okay.
about it.
That's
That's a
a
kid's game.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to play bumper pool over at the Ricketts Center when I was a kid. Montgomery County Head Start program was at Ricketts Center, and my mom worked there for Head Start.
Okay.
So after school, my brother and I would go over to Ricketts Center to meet my mom after work or after school.
Right.
And I just remember playing bumper pool for hours and hours and hours at the Ricketts Center. But that's a kid's game.
We
Okay.
also put in a couple of foosball tables.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
They're available for just to play if you want.
And I saw you have what? You have a dart. You have
I
a dart
have
room.
a room with two dart alleys, and the one shuffleboard table right now. It's no charge to play it.
Okay. And then what about I saw you have a pool or a poker table in the back.
We have a little room with 6-seat poker table if you want to rent that.
Okay.
We
Is
have
there-
we have a special every day from 12 to 5, $15 per person, unlimited pool. And we're about to start a special, $10 per person, unlimited during the Eagles games.
Okay.
If you care to come in during the game. So tomorrow, you can play from 10 to 4, or Sunday, you can play from 1 to about 4 till the game's over for $10.
Wow.
That's not bad at all.
Right. Where else are you going to do anything
Because
for
the
10
game's
bucks?
not going to be so hot, possibly.
I've given
Is there
up.
an age limit, minimum? Do you have to be 18?
We asked that nobody under 18 without parents.
Got it.
We
Okay.
do have a 16-year-old that's been playing a little bit. He comes in with his dad. I also know he's been a past state champion for his age group.
Wow. So how many TVs you have then there?
We have 7 TVs.
Okay.
So the games, or whatever you want to watch, is really available anywhere in the room.
Right on. So really what you've created down there is kind of like the man cave or the woman cave or the rec room for Pottstown.
We encourage
Pottstown's
everybody.
new
We encourage
record.
everybody, men, women.
Right.
Yeah.
Once the new year starts and we're able to join some of the local official billiard leagues,
Right.
we'll have men's leagues, seniors leagues, women's leagues, mixed,
Yeah.
whatever we can get.
Now, the 2 different size tables, do they play different games on those tables?
You can play
or-
the same game on any size
Right.
table. The bigger tables are a little more difficult.
Right, right.
Most of the leagues play on the 7-foot tables because that's what's in the bars.
Bars. Okay. And then the bigger tables, those are like what you see the professionals
A little more
playing on.
professional,
Gotcha.
depending on what you're playing.
Gotcha.
Right now, our tournaments start on the 9-foot tables. Since it's double elimination, we play to lose round on the 7s.
Right. I'll tell you what's fun, man. Like I haven't really played pool competitively since in over 20 years. It was like 20 something years ago that I played in that league down in Baltimore. But I also was in a dart league for a while. I worked at this Irish restaurant and we had a pool. We had like 4 or 5 dart alleys. So I'd be down for a dart league or a dart tournament.
Dart
man.
leagues,
Yeah.
shuffleboard leagues.
Yeah.
I've even looked into the flash bowling leagues,
Oh, really?
with the old flash games,
Yeah.
or maybe even skee ball, whatever we can fit.
Yeah, whatever you can fit in there, right? No, it's a good idea, and I think it's going to kick off because, like you said, we're bringing so many people down there to High Street anyway. It's just one more thing for people to do.
For people to do and encourage them to stay longer.
Yeah.
in
And it's
Pottstown.
local. It's
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
And the people in town, they don't have to worry about any commutes or parking. We do
No.
have parking out back.
Uh-huh.
There are 2 big lots. Our front door and our back door are open. Front door has our regular signage, and the back door has a big sign on the door.
Right. This lack of parking thing in Pottstown's a myth.
It's
anyway.
a total myth.
There's so many parking.
Is there any
lots.
parking in Phoenixville?
No.
None.
Exactly.
None.
Yet they're packed.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, if
Yeah.
you're coming from out
I
of
don't think
town,
it
if you
keeps
plan to
people from-
drink, Why even
people
drive?
from
Right.
going to Westchester or New York City or any other place where parking is a premium. So that's it's a Thursday show. I can say it. That's a bullshit excuse for not coming to Pottstown.
The FCC's not on this?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, we're not regulated.
This
We're
is like
regulated
Howard
We're
Stern.
not regulated
We're
yet
self-regulated.
until
yeah.
somebody complains.
You're right.
It's not under their permission.
Correct. It's not over public airwaves, right?
Well, I think that the FTC has an argument, but they don't really care. So
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a BS argument of or excuse for people not to come to town. Now, for us, we don't care because we just walk down. That's one of the reasons that we love living where we live. But yeah, there's plenty of parking available. There's the lots behind the New York store. Those are the ones you're talking about, right, Vance?
Yeah, behind the
Back
New
there?
York Plaza and behind
Yeah.
our building, there's
Yeah.
2 big lots back there.
Yeah, and then there's just Charlotte Street, Charlotte and High. That one.
Charlotte
right.
Street.
And
The
there's-
Reading lot.
Which one? Oh, that's by the train station.
Yeah,
the train
but,
station.
But if you parked in the Reading lot, all you'd have to do is
It's-
come up Queen Street, and it would bring you right into the back of the High Street.
Right to the
Billiards.
back
Right.
door.
Yeah, and to the back door.
And
of
right
the
now, there are no
two
parking
beer gardens.
restrictions or regulations.
That's right. They relieve the
They-
parking fees.
Oh, is there
There are
still
no fees to
Interesting.
park in Pottstown. There's no,
Okay.
the app is not being applied or regulated
right?
or enforced.
So we've just
So come willy-nilly and
Yeah,
just
we
park
just
all over
park-
Yeah,
Pottstown.
it's a free
Because
for all.
before
it's
you
like the
know it,
Wild
it'll be
West.
like Broad Street. We'll be parking down the middle.
Do you remember that? When I was a kid, you could do that.
Here?
No, in Philly.
Oh, you still can.
Oh, really?
You drive down Broad Street in South Philly. They're right in the middle of the street. Sure.
Really?
Huh?
So what street work are they doing? You mentioned that they're going to be redoing some stuff on High
I don't
Street?
know the extent of it, but they've been cutting up the street right down the middle of High
Oh,
Street.
there might be some electrical stuff that
I
they're
think
running
they're doing
underneath.
all new lights, a whole new street they're
Oh.
planning for next spring.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
I think that was all part of that
that grant.
that grant that they received.
Right.
So
That'll really look nice.
that's bringing us up into the 21st century here.
Yep.
Infrastructure, investments
We
in
love
our infrastructure.
We love infrastructure here on Porchcast.
Listen, and so far,
creates jobs.
everything that's going on, especially the car shows, have been a really fun time.
Right.
Lots of people in the streets, plenty of food.
Yeah. You know, so it also brings up a good point because there was some controversy revolved around the masking and stuff with the car show. I guess they're working through how they're going to relieve those objections to people not wearing
Yeah.
masks and stuff.
Well, I think it was also the Montgomery County is still on a limit of outdoor.
It's the amount of
250?
participants
Yeah,
for
the
large
amount-
events.
Right. However, as we just talked about the other day, that judge that ruled that
Butler
they
County.
couldn't be enforced.
Right.
The indoor and outdoor capacities could not be enforced except for restaurants and other specific.
Well,
Mostly
capacities.
liquor, mostly places that have a liquor license.
Okay.
Right.
So what's the mask policy down there at High Street Billiards?
The mask policies, if you wish to wear your mask, please do.
Gotcha.
There's no specific regulation.
We're not
for
we're not
entry.
we're not enforcing a mask policy down there. Our employees are wearing masks.
Gotcha.
You're really only dealing with us when you come to the counter to get your balls and to pay
Right.
your bill. But once you're at your table, you're free to do as you wish.
Gotcha.
Right. So
I-
it's almost like a
That's a drive-by.
like the
somebody.
restaurants. Like if you're walking to your table, you should have your mask on. Once you get to your table, you can take your mask off.
Right.
That's how it is for the restaurants anyway, because obviously people have to eat and drink without their masks on. So
And it's pretty well spaced out around there. In there, I was in there to take the pictures. Some of the pictures you're seeing on the slideshow right now. So it's pretty well. When I was there, I came in the afternoon, and you had about a half a dozen people in there. A couple of tables.
It's just starting. We've only been
Yeah.
open a week.
yeah,
Yeah.
It was
The
just last
word's got
Wednesday.
Well, I
out
was
there. I've got
surprised to see
about
it.
1,100 followers on Facebook already.
Right.
I just started an Instagram page.
Okay.
So we'll be putting pictures up on that. And
Right.
I put the tournament flags up there,
Uh-huh.
tournament pages.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I didn't expect this in the middle of the afternoon on a Wednesday. I think I went in there. I didn't expect to see anybody in there.
You
But
were there
had-
on that was opening day.
Yeah, but you had people in there.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good sign.
The
Yeah,
closest
people
pool
are
hall to
anxious.
here is Norristown.
Right.
So there's not a lot of places to play. We've been already attracting a lot of players from the Reading area.
Uh-huh.
You know, most of the bars that have pool tables aren't making them available right now.
Right.
Yeah, they
right.
probably need the space to spread
spread
out their
out.
I don't
dining
think they're
tables.
allowed. Of course, I'm not sure of the LCB laws, but
Right.
Okay. That might be part of some of the prohibition that's going on.
right.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
people have to make their own decisions. We talked about this on the last show, right? You have to decide what's right for you. By now, if you are worried, everybody knows what they need to do in
Right.
order to keep themselves from
In
getting
our
sick.
store
Right.
upstairs, masks
Right.
are required.
Yeah, as a
Okay.
retail because
You don't
that's
come in. You don't come in the door without one. And if you
Right, because
walk in
there's-
without it and you pull your shirt up, it's not good enough. Because everybody should have a mask in their pocket at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're not
Several in
the
your
mask
car,
police.
Several in your, in your glove compartment, in your car, at your desk, all of that. Yeah. Although I still find myself sometimes walking out without.
I get out of the car. I get halfway to the store, and I'm like, oh shit, I
Right.
forgot my mask. Oh,
I was at the office today. I was getting up to go to the postage meter or something, and I meant to grab my mask and put it on, and instead I grabbed my headset and I put my headset on. I was like, wait a second, right? And it's too much. It's like a lot of stuff on my ears. So I've got my headset on for my phone. I've got my glasses on. I've got my mask on. I feel like it's a lot happening, but I'm getting used to it.
we live in a new world today.
Yeah. So when I think I told this story before when we were in Japan, and I always thought that people, like you see pictures from Asian countries and people have masks on. I always thought that people wore their masks to keep from getting sick, and when it wasn't until we went to Japan that I learned that it really was to protect other people.
No, the ones that are wearing a mask are the ones that aren't feeling well.
Correct. So Levi had a sinus infection while we were there, and
Uh-huh.
so he was like, "This is the culture. I have to put a mask. I'm sick. I have to put a mask
God.
on."
Yeah.
As a courtesy to other people.
Right.
So that was when I learned what that mask culture was about.
I never knew that either.
Was about
So I just learned
was about
something, too.
protecting
I thought a lot of it was also because
Other-
of the pollution.
other people, and maybe in places like China.
China.
Not so much in Japan.
China's got a huge smog problem.
Which during the first 6 weeks or 8 weeks of COVID shutdown really was alleviated a lot.
No,
because
there was
there were-
some studies. NASA,
and there were pictures from space that showed a
Less
lot
smog.
of air quality.
because people weren't driving as much, they weren't going out.
Factories-
Airplanes weren't flying. The whole
Factories
nine
were shut
yards.
down. So those were interesting things to see from the shutdown.
Very interesting.
Still difficult to get products out of China. Everything is still backed up. But interesting to see how that affected.
Everything's
Yeah.
backed up everywhere, man. And so, like, even some of this stuff, like this equipment that we're buying for the show, for the upgrades and everything, and for the studio that
Right.
we're building, you can't get stuff, man. It's out of stock. I went on 3 different websites today just to find one cable
Right.
for the new camera system that we're going to be using. It's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's all out of stock. Can't find it.
Yeah, we were having trouble getting Harrison outfitted with a lot of stuff for his apartment.
How were you able to get the pool tables then, Vance? Or did you have that stuff underway prior?
Once I got started with the idea and came up with the idea and the name, I established a Facebook page. I also joined every possible site of billiards, and I put out what I'm looking to do.
Right.
And a bunch of people wrote me.
Uh-huh.
And one guy from New Orleans wrote me. He had just cleaned out a pool hall that was recently open and recently closed.
Wow.
And he had all these tables. So he sent me a message, sent me a price, a bid to put them in, and he drove up from New Orleans with a truckload of pool tables. Put them together right downstairs, and
Right.
now I have 13 brand new pool tables.
Wow.
And they're all covered with what's called Simonis 860. It's the best felt made for pool tables.
And that's what that guy had on them. Like, you didn't have them resurfaced. You got them with this high quality
No.
stuff.
They put the felt on once they install them.
Oh,
It's all
okay.
brand new.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
Oh,
It's all
okay.
brand new. That's when I discovered that it costs about $400 or $500 to cover a pool table. I thought felt was felt till you
times
started
13,
till you
right?
start doing your homework.
Yeah,
Right.
times 13. So the pool tables were used, but they were resurfaced.
They're
they were-
resurfaced, or you wouldn't know the difference from brand new.
And they were gently used because you said the place opened and,
Opened and closed
pretty
rather
quickly.
quickly.
Right.
All brand new balls, all brand new pool cues.
Right.
Although I see most people are bringing their own.
I would
these
imagine
days.
that most people that are serious about playing
They bring their own
bring
cue.
their own cues. I think Levi's got a cue up there somewhere,
I've seen cues,
kicking around.
cheap cues hanging on the wall, and one guy walks in with about $10,000 worth of cues in his
Oh my
case.
gosh. So,
What?
Yeah, it's out there.
so I guess if you're serious about playing, that's your
It's
thing,
I guess
right?
like golf clubs or tennis
Yeah,
rackets
right,
or
anything.
Just
or-
like
yeah.
anything else,
There's
running
great ones and
shoes
there's not so great ones.
Not so much.
or right,
But if you want the best, it's going to cost you
right. So is that like how much is like a top of the line pool cue?
thousands of dollars.
Very interesting.
for
Now,
the
are you
best.
going to be selling that stuff too? I saw you have a little shop in there. You have like a little
some,
pro shop.
I have some that come through the store.
Oh, right. So we
Um,
should probably explain to people, because some people don't know, that Cash Traders is
American
the
Cash Traders upstairs is
Upstairs.
a trading post.
right.
We buy and sell
All kinds of stuff.
consumer goods.
Yes, right.
What you don't need, you bring to us. We give you money. Of course, we buy. We also deal in precious metals, gold,
Right.
silver,
And you
diamonds,
buy
platinum,
gift
watches,
cards?
gift cards.
You can pay.
Anything
Can
we
you
can
still
make a
pay
buck
your
on.
yeah? Can you still pay your electric bill there?
And you can still pay your electric bill there, and your cable bill, and your phone bill, and your any bill, and your insurance bill.
So is that an? Are you like an official recipient of bill paying?
Yes.
Like so you have to get that
It's really a
set up.
program. So you bring
Okay.
your Pico bill and your cash, and you pay your bill, and then it's paid in an hour.
Right. So, but do you, as the provider of that service, have to set that up with Pico? Like,
No, it's through a third-party provider.
okay, got it,
But we're approved
but-
because we're what's called a money service business.
got it. So people can come in with their their electric bill is due today.
Electric bill, pay
And-
with it, credit card, debit card, cash.
Right. So they give you the cash, and then there's an EFT that happens where
Right.
it gets paid automatically.
Correct.
I've been down there to pay.
Yeah.
I've paid my electric bill down there. at
Is
Cash
there-
Traders
We do a lot of
couple
business
times.
with that.
Yeah.
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 Is there a service fee for that for the consumer?
Yep. $2.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Well, a stamp is 55 cents. So it's really only $100. It's only $1.50. Is really what the service charge
About
is.
that. Yep.
Right, because you'd be paying 50 whatever cents
Yeah,
anyway
if you put it in the mail.
if you put it in the mail.
So really, long story short, what somebody could do is they could bring their unwanted gift card over to Cash Traders, right? So let's say you get that gift card for books and you don't read. You can bring that over to Vance, trade in your book gift card, right? Get some
And
cash.
get something else, or
Maybe
you,
you
or you
should
can,
buy a
you
book.
can get it for store credit,
Downstairs
or you
to
can get some cash and
billiards.
play pool,
There you
or you
go.
can trade it in and buy some silver
or maybe
jewelry.
you should buy a book and join Vance's book club
You want to talk about that, Vance?
and be smart.
you
it's
got a
It's called
Get smart.
Overbooked in Pottstown. We're
Okay.
on it. We have a Facebook page.
Overbooked. Cute.
Overbooked in Pottstown.
Okay.
That's our book club. We meet second Tuesday every month.
And you told us when you were here last week that that's been meeting for a long time, right?
They've been meeting for a while. I joined them about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting group of people.
Uh-huh.
It's a little bit of social, and we talk about our books.
Right on. Now you should be bringing them into the. You should be bringing them into the pool hall.
Well,
Meetings
we're
at the
meeting
pool
there
hall.
now.
Are you?
We're
Yeah,
meeting there
they're
now.
meeting
Our
in
regular
the-
meeting place, which was the community room in the mall,
Uh huh.
is no longer available to us right now
Okay. Okay.
because of restrictions.
Gotcha.
So we use my meeting space downstairs.
Cool. So you got this whole
Yeah.
thing.
I have
Vance has got
everything.
Vance has got
Vance
you
is
covered.
he's like a Renaissance man over here, right?
I should probably go down there and look at the electronic equipment and see what they got. They might have.
Do you
some
have any
stuff.
of those kind
We
of cords?
have the cord that you need.
Do
we
you?
have all the equipment to make this that there won't be any technical issues.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, what we're learning is that we have to have backups to our backups because
Right.
the
Well,
second
especially
one thing
with
goes
cords.
down,
Yeah.
the cords we have to.
The double contingency plan.
Yeah, we're gonna have camera backups now.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait till we get to the point where we will. Man, I'm getting tongue tied. Maybe it's this course. We will be able to have multiple camera angles at some point in
All
time.
right, now you're just talking crazy over there.
I'm going crazy.
You are going
I
crazy.
was reluctant to go crazy, but
Right.
now I'm like, you know what?
You
You're
might be getting out of my advertising
You're three
budget.
course banquets in,
Maybe.
and you're
Yeah.
getting crazy on me over there.
So Vance Jaffe,
so yeah,
232
let's
East High
exactly.
Street.
Ray Amori is chiming in. Hey Ray, so go ahead and tell the folks. who
Yeah,
are just
because
chiming
I
in
know
late.
I'm sure there's some people late coming in.
Yeah.
Vance Jaffe, 232 East High Street Billiards. It's underneath Cash Traders, which is also a Vance Jaffe venture. So Vance decided to come on the show to talk about High Street Billiards. He's got pool leagues, 13 pool tables. He's got shuffleboard, darts, a poker table that you can rent out. BYOB, BYOF. How many tapes? 7 TV monitors. So
7 TVs.
Yeah.
You can see we have the Phillies on every evening. We'll have the Eagles every weekend.
Right. And whatever else you want to watch. You
I
wanna
got
come
big,
in-
comfortable chairs to come sit and hang out to if you want.
Just
Nice.
Sometimes you'll see a really great pool match.
right.
Right.
Or just chill out and watch your shows.
Right. Get out of the house
Ray
a
With
little
your
bit.
BYO beverage.
With your BYO beverage. Ray will be over there all the time and won't be able to get any electrician work done. He'll be just hanging out down there at 232 East High Street.
Are you a pool player, Ray?
I don't know. I've never seen Ray play pool. He likes to hang out, though. I've
Yeah.
had some beers with Ray Amori after work.
Harrison used to like to play pool when we would go visit his great grandmother up at Keystone Villa, and when she was in the assisted living or whatever they call it now, personal care. They had a pool table on the second floor, right in the common area near her apartment, and so he loved to go visit Grandma because he liked to go play pool.
Right
and so
on.
it was a great way. He was really. And I'm going to get sad about Grandma. But
Right.
it was just an extra encouragement for, a 14, 15-year-old to go visit his great-grandmother.
Yeah, to a retirement community.
Yes.
Not the most glamorous place to be
right.
hanging out.
Right. But
Although some of those
yeah.
places are pretty nice.
The Keystone Villa is very nice. We were very happy. Grandma was there for independent living and then personal care and then memory care all the way
Gotcha.
all the way through until she passed.
I've been
Yeah,
up to
very nice.
Frederick Mennonite home. My aunt lives up there. And I was ready to move in, man. They had all kinds of activities, including pool. They got pool tables up there.
It's like a dorm for
Yeah.
adults, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's yeah.
Well, that's kind of what we have here in Nohano. It's kind of like a dorm for adults.
There are some evenings that do remind me of my time in college. Yes.
Yeah.
I think like last Saturday when we did the
It's like a
neighborhood
dorm. We just
movie.
happen to have all of our own homes,
Right.
right?
Yeah. I have more money.
I definitely have more money than I did in college.
I think my beer consumption may have remained
Can't
the
drink as
same.
much as I did then.
No, I can't.
Not even close.
Not even close. No more weed either. Don't smoke.
What?
I don't smoke pot anymore. I did that.
Can't say the same.
It's legal now. You get your card. You can.
I was in Las Vegas about 3 weeks ago.
What's their deal?
What's their deal? Everybody's walking down the street smoking a joint.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Everybody's
is it
walking
Oh,
around.
yeah,
Saying
it's
it's
a
completely legal, recreational,
in
everything.
Nevada
You just walk into a store, grab a blunt, and smoke
and
away.
smoke away.
Smoke away.
So,
No,
but
I don't
what's
have any
happening
objection to it.
what's happening in Vegas, restriction-wise or activity?
Just some of the
wise?
casinos were open. Some were closed. All the buffets were closed, and all the
Yeah.
shows were dark.
Gotcha.
However,
Sure.
I went out just to gamble, and the gambling tables were wide open. Gambled at Harrah's, played poker at Venetian,
Right.
which was just 2 casinos over.
Was there a lot of people there? I mean, like, what's the crowd?
Not a
looking
lot.
like?
It wasn't
Yeah.
crowded, but there were still plenty of people. It was also 115 degrees outside.
Oh, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
You don't
there's
feel
that.
it so bad, but you're really when you're in Las Vegas, you're really not outside.
No.
You're in casinos, and they have the best air conditioners in the world.
Right. Well,
and they're bringing you liquor, and they're making sure you're having a good time,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah. So they also
And then
have.
you go smoke a blunt.
Do they? So Vegas though is not. Can you smoke there? Like cigarettes is what I'm.
You can still smoke in the casinos, much to my dismay.
Okay. So, but what
I'm an ex-smoker, so I
you smell it
really,
even more
really
than.
dislike the smell of cigarettes.
Yeah.
But you really don't smell it in the casinos.
Yeah, what I'm getting at is that so places like that do allow smoking have generally very good ventilation and like smoke sucking machines. So they're. I'm just wondering, COVID wise, if how that affects
It's the Thursday show.
if it makes it safer because they're.
I imagine
they're,
the smoke sucking machines work really well.
they're pulling they're-
Something some of us might have been at one time.
But you know
But
that
you,
they're-
you walk in, and me being an ex-smoker,
Yeah.
I'm more
sensitive
sensitive
to, it.
to
Sure.
that. And when I walked in, I never noticed it. Unlike when I walk into any bars or anywhere that
Right.
still has smoking,
Yeah.
you instantly know.
So they already. My point is that they already have very good circulation and ventilation
Air
systems.
movement.
Yes.
Air movement in places like that.
Yes.
So,
Right.
Yeah, and I would imagine that things are spaced out as far as the tables and sitting next to
Yeah, the
people
tables
and
are
all that.
spaced out, so normally like a blackjack table holds 6 people.
Right.
Only 3 people were allowed.
Yeah.
At the poker tables, at the one place I played poker, all had big plastic shields up, and there were only be able to be 8 people instead of the usual 10.
Right. And then
So
the
they were
slot
being
machines
safe.
are
They were being
probably.
wiped down constantly.
Yeah.
They changed cards constantly.
You felt comfortable.
I felt very comfortable there.
Right.
With all their safety precautions were intact.
Now,
Right.
you cannot smoke at 232 East High Street
No,
at High Street
no
Billiards.
smoking, no
You don't
vaping.
want any of that stuff
None
on
of
your
that.
tables.
But I got a big butt can out front, and
Yeah, or the people can go out back,
you can go out back, go out front.
pop over to the beer garden or whatever.
The beer garden next door sells takeout. You can buy their
Yeah.
specialty 4-packs for $16
Right.
and bring it down, and we'll keep it cold and serve you.
Nice.
So you can take a break from pool, smoke your smoke, and go get your beer, and then head back to the
We're
pool
not
table.
encouraging cigarette smoking on
We're
the
not
show.
encouraging cigarette
Not at all.
smoking, but if Governor Wolf has his way, they'll be encouraging marijuana smoking.
Let's get some of that money up
I
in
think
here.
that's John Fetterman's been pushing that. The lieutenant governor is a big proponent of the legalized marijuana.
I think so is the governor now because of the money
William
that could possibly come in.
Paul Barogli, Esquire. Is Levi out for his annual karate or his daily karate appearance? Is he in his gi? Yes, he's in his gi. I should probably stop making fun of him because I'm also noticing the black belt, which I don't have. Probably
Are we having a Tai Chi class or something?
karate.
No, karate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Levi.
Yes. So when Harrison went back to school after being home for 6 months, I knew it was going to be a really hard transition for me. And Levi's got karate on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and so I knew that I was going to be like extra lonely. So when Matt said he wanted to go to 2 days for the show on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I was like, yes, that works out perfectly, because it'll occupy me and keep me from being sad, missing my kid.
Have you had
So-
the other local business owners on the show?
So yeah, we've had some people on. It's been hard because we're really just getting back into having guests on the show, because most of the time that we spent doing the show was during the stay-at-home order, and we just did not feel comfortable trying to bring people on here. Plus, Amy's got some additional health concerns that make her more susceptible to the COVID. So
Yeah.
we
Now that
have-
we can be outside, I'm a
Yeah.
little bit more comfortable.
yes.
Yeah.
So the short answer is yes, we've had other people on. The long answer is we have a very long list of people that we want to bring on.
I
Right.
see this show also as a big plus and a bonus and a promoter of Pottstown.
Thank you.
And I
Thank
think
you.
You'll be a part of the what's going on, making it a better place.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that was the idea. That was the concept from the get-go, because Amy and I had both been doing our own shows. I have a video series called In the Works where I cover some of the revitalization and renovation work that I'm involved with. The folks from Fine Solutions Properties, Steel Roots Marketplace, and then I work with another investor who would prefer to not use her name on air, but those 3 companies have been buying a lot of houses and fixing them up here in Pottstown. So my In the Works series, which you can find on YouTube at Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate, covers those renovation projects. And my first guest on that series was Amy Wolf.
Was I really?
Yeah, you were the first.
We were.
Well, the Bickelmans were there to talk about what they do as far as the renovation.
Right.
You were the first guest that wasn't
involved with the
involved
with
in
the reno.
actual work.
Right. That was down on
You
Chestnut
were-
Street, right?
Yeah, you were the first community member guest.
Oh, thank
to
you.
talk about what was going on with Go Forth
Right.
and the events that happened down there at Memorial Park.
Right. And being a local person from the neighborhood.
being a person from the neighborhood and all that. Because my concept behind the show was to do two things: give people an idea about the type of work that was going on in Pottstown to renovate these homes, and then the other side of the coin was to give people an idea of all the stuff that's going on here in Pottstown, all the positive stuff,
All the stuff that makes it a good place to live.
right, but
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily make the news.
Right.
So Amy was my first guest on that show. And then shortly thereafter, you started your podcast.
Right. And Matt was my first guest.
Yeah. So over the course of the past couple of years, Amy and I have been trying and to wrap our heads around how we would merge the two shows.
Right. How
And
we'd collaborate.
We tossed around a couple of different ideas. We had a stop and start with a couple of things that we were working on. The pandemic hit. Real estate and law firms were shut down on the same day. And I called up Amy, and I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of just talking about this. Tomorrow, I'm taking my cell phone onto the front porch, and I'm going to shoot the first episode of Porchcast.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what happens.
Right.
Well, it's obviously had an effect.
Yeah.
I found it.
Right.
I watch it. I catch it later sometimes.
Yeah.
But, it's done its job.
Thanks.
Yeah,
And I
we
think you-
we
you
are
have a
are
ways to go with everything that's happened in Pottstown.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope you're going to mention the farm for this Saturday.
Go
Oh
ahead,
yeah,
man.
it's a farm weekend. Yeah.
This weekend's a
Okay.
farm weekend down in Smith Plaza.
Yes, which is another great,
Great thing
Yeah.
for the town.
Kev,
Yeah.
you going to be down there?
excellent.
CoffeeSmith.coffee
Coffee.
will be at the farm.
Yeah.
Grumpy.
Cold brew.
Grumpy's hand-carved sandwiches. Go get yourself a sandwich
Yes.
and a cup
Best
of
corned
cold
beef
brew.
sandwich around.
Yeah, and I
I
saw
like
that
one turkey sandwich that
I
they got
saw
with
that
the hot
they are
peppers
doing
on it.
lunch meat by the pound. So
I
like
did see
for
that
all the
too,
folks that
yeah.
are at home making lunches at home, they can go get their lunch meat down there.
And if you call in enough time, you get a roll. You get rolls
Yes.
to go with the lunch meat. But you got
And-
it. There's a deadline for that.
Right. So they're very flexible and they're willing to do a lot of stuff. Like you can pack a picnic, call them and be like, pack me a picnic.
Now we had
catering.
some people. Speaking of the farm, we've talked about the farm extensively. We've talked about gardening extensively on the show, but we have talked about farm so much and talked up farm so much that we have people that are planning to drive here to go to the farm from where, like Wisconsin and Canada.
Yeah. So my
Yeah.
friend Kaylee from
Yes.
Canada, she's like,
She's
I wanna
like,
go to
I'm coming to the farm.
It sounds awesome. Well, they don't. Where she lives, the season is so short for farmers markets where she lives,
okay.
and that they don't really have them because it would be like 1 month that
So-
they could do it.
I was there two times ago. I bought tomatoes.
Uh-huh.
Stony Creek Farms, was it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Bing, Houston.
The best heirloom tomatoes I ever ate.
Yeah.
Big and meaty.
Yeah.
Took them home,
Oh,
slathered them up with fresh pepper and mayonnaise.
Nice.
It just,
Doesn't get any better.
nah, dude.
Yeah. Tomato
I-
sandwich.
I'm
Doesn't-
not a big mayonnaise eater, but I'm down with the fresh cracked pepper
Oh, yeah.
and a little bit of salt, and just eat that puppy, man.
Slather it up.
Yeah,
Eat that, John.
eat that John. I really liked over at the community garden. There was in one of the plots that I was taking care of. There was these little round orange tomatoes that were really super sweet. It was some kind of heirloom tomato, and I picked a bunch of those, and we ate a bunch of those over the summertime. And then there was another tomato that I've seen, and I don't know what this was. I've never even seen one. It grows to the same size as like a regular slicing tomato or something, but instead of being red, it's orange. They're orange when they're
I've
ripe.
seen them orange. I've seen them yellow.
Have you?
I had some of the yellow ones.
Yeah.
Same great taste.
Yeah, the orange ones tasted just
the orange ones are good.
yeah,
They're
and
really
I
good.
used them. I put them in some sauce because I had so many of them, I couldn't eat them all. So I just put the orange ones in with the red ones to make the sauce. It did turn the sauce orange, which I thought was kind of
Yeah.
cool.
I'm sure it was still
Uh,
delicious.
Yeah.
Vance, so who's got your phone? Somebody's posting as you.
Scott Clary, maybe.
Greg Grumpy told me a pickle vendor and a peanut vendor will be there also. So that's interesting at the farm. Yeah. Cool.
Peter.
I bought a
Piper.
wind chime there. Made of old
was it?
forks.
Oh, that's great. Made by Morel. She
Well,
makes
made by
really,
Morel.
really
I have that.
great
I
stuff.
have the forks hanging on my front porch.
Her stuff is really cool. It's really whimsical, and she takes old utensils and
posting
makes
this
them into
meeting,
wind
huh?
chimes.
You
Really
live
cool
in the
stuff.
borough, right, Vance?
I do.
Okay.
He lives over by my
I won't
in-laws.
say exactly where.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's-
sorry. Yes, he does live in the borough.
He lives inside the political boundaries.
Ray Amori at the pool hall, 18 and older, but under 18 can come if they're accompanied by an adult.
so you can bring Safe.
Yes.
Ray's son, Safe, and my son, Patrick, are in the same grade and have played soccer and wrestled together. I feel bad for those guys because soccer season's canceled. It's not looking
Yeah.
good for wrestling.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine.
No.
What is the wrestling season? When does that start? Like November?
Yeah, they'd already start being. They're doing
They would be-
practicing.
yeah.
They'd be practicing.
I would imagine that would be one of the riskiest
Yeah.
sports to
Yeah.
be doing. Yes.
I mean, the hardcore wrestler guys wrestle year round. It's like any other club sport. There's tournaments and stuff all throughout the year. Kev, you were a wrestler. Kev
Really?
was a wrestler.
I played rugby.
I played rugby in college.
Did you?
Yeah.
I
What
was a wing
position?
forward.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You look like a second row.
I was second row.
Second row.
Yeah.
Or a
and then,
prop.
no, I never played prop,
And
man.
your ears are still
My
fairly good
ears are
condition.
still intact because what happened was I was one of the fastest guys on my team. So within short order, they realized that they were wasting my speed on second row. So they moved me out to the line, and I played inside and outside center.
I played wing forward, so I was always open to
Yeah.
move about the field. You know, the Eagles now have a rugby player
Do
on their
they?
offensive line.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's that?
I forget his name, but he was a rugby player,
Rugby
I believe,
guy.
in Australia or New Zealand.
Uh-huh.
And now he's an offensive lineman.
Well, the Mo Rocca, their one punter.
Was a rugby player?
Yeah.
How about that?
Australian rules, I think.
Maybe I should have changed vocations way back when.
I don't know.
I was a good rugby player.
Where did you play at?
I played for my high school, Marple Newtown,
Okay, yeah.
and then I played in Conshohocken on the Fayette Street. It wasn't. Sometimes it was just the pickup games I'd show up for.
Yeah. Like a men's club.
I came home bloody every week, but
Yes.
man, I had a lot of fun. Broke my nose twice.
Oh, I got pounded into the dirt,
And I
man.
talked my mom. I come home bloody every week from our games or practice, and my mother would never come to my games. And finally, I said, "Mom, you got to come to one game."
Uh-huh.
She came to one game. It was against our arch rival. It was Marple Newtown. It was Cardinal O'Hara.
Okay.
It's a brutal game. I got knocked out cold.
Oh,
out cold on the field.
In front of your
They
mom.
woke me up with smelling salts. I wake up. There's my mother crying.
Oh my gosh.
She says, "Oh, he's okay." I'm covered in blood from my nose down to my belly. He said, "Okay, I'm ready to go play again." They wouldn't let me, but
Rugby is not a sport for moms to watch.
you know what?
No.
They say it takes leather balls to play rugby.
I don't know, man. I was
I-
too brave. That's what led me to be hurt. I went up into this tackle that I had no business sticking my head into, and I totally destroyed my shoulder. And that was the end of my rugby career.
And you still have shoulder issues to this
To
day?
this day, I
Yes,
still have
exactly.
shoulder issues.
So that's
Yeah.
why I don't do the sports.
We can have a grown men's rugby club, just no
Old
contact.
boys, yeah.
Yeah, just throw the ball around.
I was
If pool
coaching-
is considered a sport, that's a sport I would do.
Who?
What's that?
Pool.
If pool is considered a sport,
Billiards is a sport.
that's
It's
what.
on
Just
is
like
ESPN.
it's on ESPN. It's
Is
also
it-
one. Cornhole is a sport.
Is it an
I saw the cornhole championships.
Really?
Yeah.
pool an Olympic sport? Do they have pool in the Olympics?
Billiards?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll have
don't
to
know
look
either.
into that.
Somebody,
'Cause I
I'm
could
sure
treat
there's
training-
a Porchtonian that's going to start searching that on Google
I can
right
start
now.
training the next gold medalist.
Right here in Pottstown.
Get her done.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah,
to
I was
see
coaching
if it
rugby with the Coventry Wildcats because my middle son, Patrick, I never really talked about rugby all that much, and I didn't really think that my boys would be into it. I mean, I knew that they were into wrestling, and a lot of wrestlers do make good rugby players and vice versa.
They like the contact. They like to
Yeah,
hurt people.
and they know how to stay low
Yeah.
into the ruck in the mall and everything. But Patrick came to me one day and he was like, "I want to play rugby," because I guess one of his friends at school was talking about it, and I'm like, "Where do we play rugby around here?" But if you go to Coventry Wildcats, they have a Facebook page. You can look them up, and they have rugby starting at U10 up to U19. And what's that? Pool's not in the Olympics, but so pool's going to be possibly included in the 2024 as like an exhibition sport.
Right.
Still up in the
But
air.
it has been declared a sport by the Olympic Committee.
Just
So
has
if you
to
have
be-
gold medal ideas, then you can come to High Street Billiards at 232 East High Street and practice. And you could someday be on representing the USA
That
in the
would
Olympics.
be fantastic. Let's make that happen.
Pottstown representing pool
Let's
in the
make
Olympics.
that happen.
Hey, go Pottstown.
In the Olympics, yes. We
Any other questions? My phone died.
we're getting up. Oh, Tier, do you want my or
No.
yours? Okay,
I'm good. You're doing a great job.
So I just wanted to make one announcement
Okay.
of an upcoming event, if that's okay.
Yeah.
On September 30th, which is a Wednesday night, Pottstown Parks and Rec is having a fundraiser to raise money to help restore the park
From the flooding.
from the flooding. So we talk about Memorial Park a lot on the show, and it is a great resource for Pottstown, and it has been just decimated by flooding 2019 and 2020. So this is a fundraiser presented by Soul Joel's Comedy Club, which is in Royersford, I believe.
Yes.
And so they are underwriting this fundraiser, which is September 30th. It's a comedy night,
And they're having a comedy show.
and they're having
I
a
saw
comedy
that.
show.
Yeah.
So
In
it's a-
Memorial Park.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a limited to. I think they're limiting it to 200 attendees, and they're going to draw 6-foot circles on the lawn. And Memorial
And
Park
spread
is
everybody out.
enormous. It is such a huge space. You don't really know how big it is until you go down there and set up for a festival, and you put on 20,000 steps within like 4 hours. So they're going to draw circles on the lawn so that everybody could be spread out. And I believe there are still tickets left, $20 a piece plus a small convenience fee for the credit card charge. And I shared the link on my page, so if you're friends with me, you'll see the link. But I'm very passionate about Memorial Park because I love it, and I think it's a great resource and a great treasure that we have here in town. And so I would love to see that be a successful fundraiser for
I
parks.
walk my dog there.
Yeah.
I've been going
Down to the dog park there, or just
No, we
through the park
we
in
just do
general?
a few laps.
Yeah.
So I can tire him out.
Tire the beast.
Yeah, they've got like that little walking track that goes around the one field. They do have a dog park there.
The Bark Park.
Of course,
The
there's
Bark
the Veterans Island, which we talk about a lot, and the Veterans Island Community Day coming up on September 6th. So there's lots of opportunity for fundraising to help the parks out.
Now I'm guessing that they're going to have that comedy event on the island there, right? That seems like it
I
makes.
don't
'cause
know.
Well, it seems like that's the best place to do something
Well, there
where
is
you would
that-
need tickets
that
because you can go
bandstand
in
there.
and out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can control the access
Yes,
on the island.
especially now because the bridge is out.
Hey, hopefully they'll
They can
Yes.
really control it.
hopefully they'll broadcast it as well.
I don't know.
200 people's not a lot.
No. They should do something like that.
No, that
they
would
could
be-
they could make it like a
Yeah.
some kind of like
Well, they
Like a
if they
Porchcast.
if they're going to
Yeah, they have
broadcast it, they
Parkcast.
should.
yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well,
Maybe.
yeah, maybe, if, But if they are going to live stream it, they should check their cables now.
Right. Yeah, make sure you have everything. Well, there is a couple of services now where you can get a ticket. You buy a ticket that gives you a pass to log on to the live stream. So they would want to do that because at the end of the day, it is a fundraiser, right? I have an idea for something they could do to minimize the damage down there, but I don't want to share it publicly yet because I think I could patent the idea.
Ooh.
I need to talk to somebody who's an expert in fences. I do know a guy. I know Chris Murray from All Type Fence. I'm going to run my idea by him. I think I might be onto something. Let's just say that
Well, I
for
think
now.
they should just run like a Game of Thrones style rope bridge across that thing. Call it a day.
Where's that?
Down at the
Oh,
park. Yeah.
from the island to the main
Yeah.
portion of the park.
Yep.
So I guess the other bridge is still good. The bridge that takes you onto the island from 2nd Street is still fine.
Oh, yeah, from like by the splash park?
Yeah, by the splash
Oh, yeah.
park.
Yeah, that's still fine. Yes. Nicole Vickers-Matz. They did the duck race ticket pull last night.
Right. And I've been talking to William Paul Barogli, Esquire, about him coming on the show on Tuesday. to announce the winners in a public fashion.
Oh, that would be cool.
They are also going to be contacting the winners and announcing that stuff on Facebook.
Right.
But I thought it would be neat to have him or somebody else come in and announce some of the winners on Porchcast.
Yeah, that would be
So
cool.
we're working on that for next
Yeah.
Tuesday.
All right, so Nicole says October 3rd, Edgewood. Oh, so October 3rd, there's a cleanup for Edgewood Cemetery.
Right.
And then October 10th is a pavilion at Riverside cleanup. That must be the Rotary Pavilion
Okay.
at Riverfront.
Riverfront Park.
I think that's what you mean, right,
Yes,
Nicole?
Riverfront
October
Park.
10th, cleanup at Riverfront Park.
Yes, the pavilion down there has been sponsored by Rotary, and they
Yeah.
have they have a big statue out there. They have like one of their
Oh,
Rotary
yeah, one of their Rotary stuff. The
monuments
gear.
down-
It's like a
yeah,
gear.
The gear. Yeah,
right?
yeah, the Rotary.
Yeah.
And so when's that going to be?
October 10th. So, Nicole, if you want to just let people know if they want to participate in either one of those things, where they should go. I think that October 3rd Edgewood cleanup is a Hobart's Run gig.
That's correct. And
Right.
I saw Kathy Skitko was posting about that on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and we were tagged actually in there. You and I were tagged in the new
Okay.
information.
Okay.
I believe that I did
Got it.
share that to Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate. So if you want to go back and find more information about all of those events, actually,
Mm-hmm.
I did post them up at Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate. You can go to the wall,
Great.
and you'll find
Yep.
links to all of that
Yep, and
stuff.
then-
Where was that?
Matt Green at Glocker
At
Real
Glocker
Estate.
Real
At
Estate.
Yeah,
Glocker
and
Real
then
Estate.
October 10th
GLOCKER.
Yep.
And
Great.
I have, my parting words. I'll tell you, I got a Facebook page is High Street Billiards. Our
Yes.
Instagram
Yep.
is High Street Billiards. Our website is highstreetbilliardspottstown.com.
I like that you put Pottstown in your website address. Excellent.
highstreetbilliardspottstown.com.
Check it out.
There
Hopefully
you go.
don't need it spelled out. Check it out, please. Come out.
And
You'll
also,
have a good time.
what I did too for Vance was I put a link or I put a post at Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate, so you can go right to the top of the page, and there's links to Vance's website
Great.
there, and you can learn more information about High Street Billiards. High Street Billiards and Vance Jaffe were on the show today because Vance called me and said, Matt, can I come on your show?
He did. He contacted me, and I was like, "We don't know what we're doing. I'll get back to you." I was like, "It was like right. I think it was like right in
It was in the transition
yeah,
from
and then
season 1 to season 2.
You were on vacation. I was on vacation.
Yes.
I was like, "We don't know what the heck we're doing. I'll get
Yeah.
back to you." So
But
sorry, I
my
dropped the ball on that, Vance.
Point being, you get to the show by calling us, and we'll put you on the show.
This was a
Yeah.
worthwhile and fun experience.
Oh, thank
Thanks
you.
for coming, Vance.
Thank
It was a
you.
good time.
Appreciate
I
it.
really appreciate you having me.
Thank you.
Nicole Vickers-Matt's got the show that she
She
wanted
did.
on Tuesday, and you know how Nicole got the show she wanted?
She asked.
called us.
Yes.
So call us.
You don't GET if you don't ASK.
ASK. That's right. All right, it's the end of the show. I am looking forward to my eggs from Nicole Vickers-Matt's. Remember, if you remember back to season 1,
Yes.
I
do.
gave her some fish in exchange
Yes.
for future eggs.
Yes.
Guess what? My investment is
It's
coming to
paying off.
maturity.
Excellent.
Nothing like fresh eggs.
Well,
I know, I can't wait.
and you're about to get some eggplant parm from the eggplants that you gave me from your garden.
Nice.
That's in the oven right now.
Patrick Green and Adam Green. Looks like you'll be eating some eggplant parm for dinner tonight. I'm going to give a shout out real quick to Bob Larkins getting married. My buddy Bob
Oh.
Larkin.
Congratulations.
Bob, Greg Teagan, who's a Porchtonian.
Sure. He was on the show today.
Rob Bickelman is also a Porchtonian. We're all going out for dinner to celebrate Bob Larkin's pending wedding.
A pending nuptials.
Congratulations to Bob,
Excellent.
Martha,
Excellent.
and his new soon-to-be wife, Martha Vasquez.
Very nice. Congratulations. Don't whoop it up too much.
I think this is not the crowd that's going to be burning down Pottstown.
Take it
well,
in.
you never know. It's always those nights that you never
Yes,
think
that you never think.
they sneak up on you, and then you wake up the next day and you're like, "What happened?"
We're all
This was
middle-aged men.
There was supposed to be an old dude night. What
It's
happened?
definitely going to be an old dude night.
And I think your free pass expired.
It did.
Yeah.
About 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go. Amy Wolf is the office manager for Wolf Baldwin and Associates, bringing you fine legal service in the borough of Pottstown since 1973. Vance Jaffe from High Street Billiards, 232 East High Street, Also, Pottstown Cash Traders. Go see Vance at 232 East High Street. High Street Billiards has been today's happy hour sponsor. Thank you, Vance Jaffe and High Street Billiards.
Thank you, Matt and Amy.
No problem. Kevin Smith is the Coffee Smith and our technical wizard. Visit him at coffeesmith.coffee. Also see him this Saturday at the farm. Get your coffee. Get her done. I am Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate. I am your local real estate expert. Please call me for assistance in buying and selling commercial and residential real estate. We are Porchcast. Let's talk soon.
Have a great